Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas. This is How to Make an RPG in Unity, and welcome to episode 19. So, this time we're going to focus on looking at our objectives more intricately. So, if you remember, a while ago we created something called Quest Manager. Now, this is going to come into effect now because we're going to use this script to kind of determine whereabouts we are within a quest. And using that technology that we write within that script, we'll be able to create a pointer or a guide arrow to tell us where to go. So first things first, let's head into our Quest Manager script. And although it's pretty small at the moment, there's not a lot to this script. We're going to add in several variables because we need to reference this script within other scripts as well. So let's leave our two variables that we've already written. That's fine. We need to add in public game object. I'm going to call this one main mark. So the main mark is going to be the place where our guide arrow will point to. So wherever this main mark is within our world, our arrow will point to it to say this is where we need to go. So obviously this main mark needs to know certain places within the game, and generally they can be used from the objective point. So if you remember, the first objective is to walk into the forest that we have, the little clearing, so we can move our main mark to there, so our arrow will point to there to say that's where we need to go. So let's set 3 objective marks. Public game object, and let's call it objective 01 mark and semicolon. And I'm going to cheat a little bit here, so I'm going to copy that variable, paste it twice, and then just rename to 2 and 3. So throughout the quest, whatever part of the quest we're at, obviously this main mark will move to one of these 3 spaces. And on top of that, we need to know when to do it. So we need to create a subquest number. So i.e. if it's 1, we move here. If it's 2, we move here. And it obviously needs to be static because we need to reference this from a different script. So let's do public static, and it'll be an integer, so int, and let's have sub quest number semicolon. And we also need the internal version of this because, as I always say, I like to have the internal versions so we can see what's going on here in the inspector panel. So that would be public int, and let's just call it internal sub number semicolon. And the final thing we're going to need here is a game object, which will be our guide arrow. So we're not going to use UI technically for this. We're going to have it as a 3D object within the world to point where we're going, but you'll see what I do as I go along, because I always like to be a little bit creative. So public game object, and let's just call it pointer semicolon. So in void update, much like we have here, internal quest number is equal to active quest number. It's these 2 variables here. We need to make the internal sub number equal to sub quest number. So internal sub number is equal to sub quest number semicolon. And also what we need to do is make the pointer point towards the main mark. So pointer dot transform dot look at, and that's capital A and a capital L right there. So we need to define where it's looking, and that will be main mark dot transform close bracket semicolon. Now we need a couple of if statements to say if the subquest is 1, then move the main mark to objective 1. So if, and we'll do internal sub number equals 1, open curly bracket, and in here we'll put main mark dot transform dot position equals objective 01 mark dot transform dot position. So all that's happening there is if it's equal to 1, we're moving main mark to this position. It's as simple as that. And we can use that same process to apply to objective 2. So we can change that to 2 and objective 2 right there. Now it's worth pointing out for our first quest in particular, objectives 2 and 3 are in the same position. So I'm not going to change objective, or rather the subquest number, once we've opened that chest, because it can still point to the same place. However, we want to finish the quest, and the final place we need to go is the board that we got the quest from originally. So I'm going to put that there. This is still going to apply. It's still going to be the same here. It's just that objective 3 mark will not actually be this mark here. It will be the complete trigger. But depending on how dynamic your quest is, as you go along, you would change things as and when you need to. So I'm going to save that script and head back into Unity. So we have a little error. Let's head to our console. What's it telling us? So it's saying it does not like this. Okay, so what don't you like about this here? So let's try redoing that. So we don't, yeah, okay. I'm not quite sure why I put a close bracket there, but there should not be a close bracket there. So it should look exactly like this. And as I always say, if you have problems with any scripts that we write in this series, head to the website, download an assets, and you can download a script for free. So that should clear all errors. Perfect. So let's head back into Unity. And what we'll do is let's create this pointer arrow first. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to go to textures down here, and I'm going to bring in this arrow straight into Unity. And what I'd like to do is apply this to a plane within a cube. So the cube is going to be the object which looks around to say where we're going, but it's not going to have a mesh on it. So game object, I should say, 3D object, cube. Within this cube, so right click, 3D object, plane. Let's add this yellow arrow, even though it's orange. So drag and drop onto there. And let's change the material. So rather than be a standard shader over here, let's change it to particles. And what should we have it as? Let's have it as alpha blended. So that should get rid of the black around there, so it looks more like an arrow now. And obviously we need to resize it because it is far too big. So let's have it as 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. And yeah, okay. It's kind of looking how it possibly should. Let's take off the mesh renderer on the cube. And then let's attach this cube to the player, but let's rename it first. Pointer object. So drag and drop. In fact, I think we'll do it onto our first person character. So drag and drop that onto first person character. And let's zero out the position right there. And I'm going to press play just to see how that looks. So we can't really see it. So let's press escape. Let's go to our scene view. And now let's see if we can get this into a better position. So currently we're looking this way towards the trees. So realistically, the plane in it does need to be rotated 180. So I'm going to take that and rotate 180. Now this is where it may get a little bit not daunting per se, but it takes a little bit of getting used to and a little bit of debugging. So I'm going to move it outwards, maybe to about there, and let's see how that looks. So yeah, the arrow you can see is kind of working. Now I'm not 100% sure how this will work when we actually put it into practice. I've not 100% tried this quite, but I'm going to put that about there. So we have a little arrow, and I'm going to turn off the box collider as well, maybe move it down just a little bit. But the idea is we have it there. Now you should be able to have it anyway. You could work into this a little bit more than what I've done. I've just done it for simplicity, and we'll probably get more into it as we get later into development. So let's get this arrow actually working how it should. So what we need to do now is go into our scripts to update our quest numbers, or our subquest number, I should say. So the first thing we're going to want to go to is, if I can remember, in scripts, we need to go to quest, and I think it's quest 01 take, I believe, which is this one. So this will be the first quest script which we take from the board here. So once we take it, what we need to do is we need to add in the fact that we have just taken this quest, so we can add the quest sub number as 1. So once we take it, we'll go here underneath when we set the player as inactive, I think it should be. Is this the right one? Let me just double check, because I'm not 100% sure whether we have done this right. So notice trigger, quest 01 take. If we remember, it opens up in our canvas, quest 01 UI, and accept button. So we need this object, so quest button manager, and here we are. It should be this one. So quest 01 buttons. This is the one where we need to say, yep, we're going to accept it. So after we have accepted the quest, we need to add in quest manager.subquest number is equal to 1. So quest manager dot sub quest number equals 1. So as you would expect, that's set it to 1. Once we get that script in order, the arrow will then point to where we need to go. So now next thing we need to do is we need to go to a place where our script is for objective 1. So if we go into objective 01 here, what we need to do here is once we've reached this particular section, i.e. on trigger enter, we need to add in, change the subquest number to quest 2. So it'll be quest manager dot sub quest number equals 2, semicolon, and save. And as I say, because part 2 and 3 are in the same place, we don't need to update our arrow, but we do need to update to take us back to the board. So on that note, it'll be this one, objective 03. So once we've picked up our weapon, which is right here, what we can do is change the subquest number to 3. So quest manager dot sub quest number equals 3, semicolon, and save. We haven't saved that script there, have we? So everything should be saved now. And finally, the complete trigger. So we need to reset our subquest number back to 0. So if we go to complete trigger here, and we have quest 01 complete, let's go into that. And once we have pressed all of this, we've accepted, what we can do is change quest manager subquest number back to 0. Quest manager dot sub quest number equals 0, semicolon, and save. So now this is where we have to make sure we are paying attention. We need to add in this quest. So what I'm not sure whether I'll do is, shall we create a new object? 'Cause I think we already have the do we have quest manager on one of these objects? Do you know what? I cannot actually remember if we do. I don't think we do we? No, I can't see it. So game object, create empty, F2, quest manager, and scripts. Let's drag and drop that onto there, and let's add in these variables. So FPS controller holds the pointer object, which is pointer. Objective 01 will be that one. Objective 02 will be this one. Oops, I put them in the wrong order, haven't I? Sorry. So objective 1, objective 2, objective 3 will be the complete trigger. And obviously we just need to create another quick main mark. So we can just do that by going game object, 3D object cube, F2, let's call it main mark. I'm going to turn off mesh renderer and box collider and drag and drop onto there. And let's save our project there. Now, what I'm hoping is that this may go a little crazy because it's kind of not pointing correctly at the moment. But the idea is you can change this as you need to. So we may add in, if we go to, let's see if I can find it, Quest Manager. If we go here in update, if internal sub quest equals, sorry, it's sub number, isn't it? If internal sub number equals 0, then the pointer dot set active false semicolon. After that we need to do else. So if it isn't equal to 0, then pointer dot set active true semicolon and save. Head back to Unity and let's turn off the pointer. So pointer object off, press play, and let's try this out. Accept. So you can see our arrow is pointing this way. And as you see, as we go past where we need to go, it's telling us we need to go down here. Lovely. So we get here, now it's telling us to go over here, open up the chest, take the sword, now it says we need to go back that way. I may have found a little bug there. So currently it looks like it's telling us to go over here. Now let's see what caused that bug. It looks like when we cross this one, it's redoing it. Let's check if that is the case. So on trigger enter, yep. So I see the problem here. What we need to do is turn off the box collider for this object when we have crossed it. So get component box collider dot enabled equals false. So there's another bug that we have found and fixed. So this is where play testing and all that comes into effect quite well. It really helps to kind of work everything out. So let's accept the quest. Let's go this way. So hopefully we should have this tested and it should be working perfectly. And I realise we already have the sword with us, but that doesn't matter too much. Yep, perfect. So let's head back. So next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at creating a mini-map for our area. And we'll create a proper money system and display it on our screen. And we'll also create a skybox. So there we go. Testing has paid off. So guys, until that next episode, thank you very much for watching.